Go.
My wife Joanne's rehabilitation from her car accident of January the 31st is ongoing. The two main issues are the concussion and mini stroke she suffered. I accompany her to all her doctor's visits. In addition, she has started a new diet. She eats certain foods and has her meals at certain times. That means her schedule becomes my schedule. I do the shopping and the food preparation. Fortunately, we both enjoy the same dishes. We don't have any children to help us, but we do have two cats. They are Smokey and Teddy Bear. They have their rituals, which becomes my rituals. Cats in general, and ours very particularly, have an attitude. My theory for this was a newspaper article I came across many years ago. It stated that in medieval times, that cats' main function was to protect the life-sustaining grains on ships and storage houses from vermin. Because this function was so vital, they don't feel pressure to perform any other duties. Our cats expect to have their litter box and water bowls changed frequently. They even have their separate food bowls. They like variety. So perish the thought that I repeat the same foods in the same week. They prefer to have their dry treats hand-fed. If one is munching away, the other one will suddenly appear. And he or she will give me a, "What do you think I am? Chopped liver look?" I end up using both hands, feeding them at the same time. Joann adopted and named the boy Smokey when he was a kitten in a shelter. My hopes that he would be eternally grateful for this gesture have never materialized. Without warning, he might try to bite or scratch me. We thought he might be lonely, and that contributed to his sometimes nasty behavior. So Joann took in a female cat from a friend to keep him company. That cat was kept in the basement and named Shadow. I took one look at this small black feral feline and christened her Teddy Bear. She has exceeded my expectations. She just loves to be brushed, and every so often, magic would occur. When she's happy and content, she'll stick out that cherry red tongue of hers a little bit, and it just glows brightly in contrast against her dark fur. Smokey in the beginning would try to attack Teddy Bear, but to my delight, Teddy Bear has learned to fight back. One of her tactics is to run into an open closet door and ambush him as he runs by. I have often also taken sides by spraying him with a water gun whenever he gets out of line. It makes this old man look ridiculous, but is effective, and he scatters. In cataloging my experience with cats, there are two incidents that stand out. The first happened many years ago when I was walking on Bedford Road. A kitten by the curb was crying over the lifeless body of what appeared to be an adult cat. It was probably the victim of an automobile accident. I have never witnessed a human being mourning so keenly. The second time was the only time that Teddy Bear broke my heart. It was 5 or 6 summers ago when Joann was in Greece visiting her elderly relatives. This is when Smokey was the aggressor and had the upper hand. That night there was supposed to be a rare celestial event of some sort. It was a cloudy night, and I kept opening the front door repeatedly to see if I'd be able to view anything worthwhile in the heavens. The skies never cleared. My disappointment turned to horror when I discovered the next day that Teddy Bear was missing. She probably took the opportunity of the open door to run away from Smokey. I scoured the neighborhood, calling out, "Teddy Bear, Teddy Bear." I had to break the news to Joann. She cried. My next door neighbor suggested I put food out for her. I did, and at 10 o'clock that night, peering through the window blinds, I saw she accepted the offering. This happened 3 nights in a row at the same time. The problem was, I would call out to her through the open mail slot, and then Teddy Bear would run away. Also on the 3rd night, a no-nonsense raccoon finished her food. In talking to another neighbor, he suggested I get a have-a-heart animal trap. I went to Kellogg's in Lawrence hardware store in Katona. I examined this large, bulky animal trap contraption. And for some reason, I decided not to buy it. Walking to the train ride, I had a conversation with myself. Nick, you would feel guilty for the rest of your life if you didn't do everything possible to get Teddy Bear back home. I went back to the store and lugged this trap on the train to Bedford Hills. Fortunately, it was easy to set up with her favorite food as the bait. At 10 o'clock promptly, Teddy Bear appeared. She sniffed the food and went inside. The door immediately slammed shut. She yelped. I took the metal crate inside and opened it. Teddy Bear ran into the kitchen here and actually climbed the windows, the lattices, almost to the ceiling. And then when she landed on the floor, she sat silently in the corner. By the next day, she returned to a lovable self. Joann was overjoyed when I shared the good news with her. If there is a moral to this story, it is, I'm not a guy who has his hands full. I'm a man who has a full life, dealing with whatever catastrophes comes his way.